What if one of the most dangerous magical books in the Western tradition wasn't written by a human at all? Tonight on Discourse, we're going to be discussing the Sepher Raziel HaMalach, a text said to be given to Adam by the angel Raziel after the fall. This book claims to preserve the magical science of creation itself, angelic hierarchies, divine names, planetary operations, and the hidden mechanics by which God governs the cosmos. This isn't folk magic, it's not New Age angelology, it's not John Dee's Enochian magic. This is biblically accurate angel magic. It is high-risk, elite ritual technology that medieval rabbis warned would destroy the practitioner if approached incorrectly. So tonight we're going to strip away the modern fantasy about angels and ask the harder questions. What actually is the Sepher Raziel? What is angel magic? Why did serious magicians, Kabbalists, and church authorities treat this book like a loaded weapon? Three, two, one. All right, welcome back to Discourse with myself, Abammon the Great, joined as always by Dr. Anna Stone.
Hello.
And this week we are diving into a grimoire of angel magic. We have not covered angel magic on the podcast yet.
We touched on it with the John Dee and Edward Kelly.
Yes.
Not really.
Yeah, we talked more about the story, the legend of John Dee and Edward Kelly, and we didn't really talk about the technical details of angel magic. However, the Enochian angels that is a completely different framework from what we're approaching today, which is more traditional Abrahamic angelology, which is crazy.
This is like OG.
This is Old Testament style angelology. We're talking about
Genesis.
Biblically accurate angels with
scary eyeballs
thousands
everywhere.
of eyes and thousands of wings. Yeah. So
not cute.
Yeah, so we're going to be jumping into a grimoire known as the Sepher Raziel HaMalach.
Yeah.
And this is so this grimoire specifically, it is considered practical Kabbalah.
Rich, that's like, I thought that was a thing that they didn't do, like practical magic, right?
Yes, so it's hard to get access to. This is one of the very few grimoires of practical Kabbalah, of magical Kabbalah that you can get access to. But Jewish magic is a popular thing. They have the amulets that have the scrolls in them, and those are like talismans. They have biblical verses and different permutations of the Kabbalah on them, and that's a pretty acceptable or popular form of Jewish magic. And the Sepher Raziel HaMalach, some of that comes from there. But you're going to see that this kind of angel magic, it informed a lot of the Renaissance magic and the grimoire magic as well too. So
interesting. Yeah. So I have not read the entire text like you have, but let me see if I understand the premise of it.
Yes. Okay?
So when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, that's when the angel Raziel came and gave him a book, right? That had all the magic in it or something. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then wasn't there some uproar about, even in the text, isn't there something about like that it was ordered to be thrown in the ocean or something, like to be hidden away, and then they had to retrieve it, like all kinds of stuff, right? Like weren't the angels mad that God gave it to Adam?
Yes. So this is a part of the Enochian mythos that so within the apocryphal Abrahamic lore, right? You'll see it in Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, in the surrounding literature around the holy texts. So it's not necessarily accepted as canon, but it is this kind of mythology that floats around on the outskirts in the esoteric Abrahamic religions and the magical expressions of Abrahamism, that Adam was given a grimoire by the archangel Raziel when he was kicked out of the Garden of Eden, right?
Right. Okay.
And this is a part of the Enochian story, that this grimoire got handed all the way down to Enoch, to Noah, to Abraham, that it went through all the patriarchs, but it started with Adam. And so the angels at first were upset that Raziel had given away the divine secrets and the magic to the humans. And this is a part of the angelic rebellion in the book of Enoch.
Okay.
But they had to retrieve it and give it back to the humans.
Because this book is alleged to have within it all celestial and early knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's 1,500 keys to the mysteries of the universe within it as well.
There's a lot that's going on in this grimoire.
And secrets that even... So I read that the reason they were upset is because there's secrets within the book that even the angels, the highest angels, don't have full access to.
Yes.
Okay. And they can't even comprehend, I guess, what it would be. And all the names of God, right? The secret names of God, the structure of heaven, the nature of the soul, practical magic for protection and power, and the workings of astrology and cosmology and hidden mechanics of creation. Is that accurate?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
that sounds like a lot.
No, it is. I think as far as grimoires go, this is one of the biggest ones. Grimoires are usually pretty short.
They are,
yeah.
typically. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one, especially, you see a lot of different influences in it.
Well, right. Because it was, okay, the handing down, the lineage of it, right? It was handed down to the righteous.
Yes.
Correct? And each righteous owner then added their own knowledge to it over time. That's what I read about when I was looking into it.
Yeah.
So it goes all the way down the line of whoever had it, right? And like you said, it was Seth and Enoch, right?
Yeah, Seth, Enoch,
yeah, and then
Methuselah.
Right, yeah, that's the names I have here. Yeah, and Noah. And Enoch was Metatron?
Yes, Enoch is what's transformed into Metatron. Yeah.
That's right.
So this is something that I'm glad we're doing this, because this right here is filling in a little bit of the missing pieces that we have in our experiments.
Because that message we got that one time about Metatron.
We have messages about Metatron. We have messages about Raziel, specifically in the different formats. So Raziel is an angel. So Razim or Razi, right? So L is the suffix that basically means it's an angel, or it is an aspect of God's will, right? But Razi in Hebrew, it means mystery, right? And so the Sepher Raziel HaMalach is, I think there's 5 different books in this specifically. Now, it claims that it was handed down. The legend goes that it was handed down to Adam. However, there are references to the Zohar and the Sepher Yetzirah within this.
Book? Okay.
So the Sepher Yetzirah, 3rd to 4th century, and the Zohar is Middle Ages. That's about 12th, 13th century, right? Right. So we can say, now these are the earlier books in this Sepher Raziel HaMalach. The oldest book that's in the Sepher Raziel HaMalach is the Sepher HaRazim. And the earliest that I was able to trace that a copy of it was in the Middle East, and that is 3rd to 4th century. Okay. And that's closer to... Yeah, and I can see in the Sepher HaRazim, that section of this, I think it's the 4th book in the Sepher Raziel HaMalach, that one, you can see a lot of Babylonian stuff happening in it. You can see Babylonian astrology specifically. So if we are to take the story, the lore, the legend, we could put the core of that book, the Sepher HaRazim, we could place that with that mythology. So a part of the Islamic mythology of this angel, the angels giving magic, that the angels gave man magic in Babylon, and that led to Babylon's destruction. So that is a part of the Abrahamic mythos. We can see in the Sepher HaRazim a lot of Babylonian influence in there. We see that this probably was picked up, the astrological correspondences was probably picked up during the Babylonian exile in the 6th century BC, right? Of
Okay.
Judaism, 6th century BC. So we could maybe place the Sepher Harazim, the information in there, as a part of an oral tradition that finally got written down.
Before
in
even.
the third, fourth. We could say that it is Babylonian, and therefore maybe it could be more primordial, more ancient, right? If you want to take the Adam
I'm starting to think
mythology
that
seriously.
this whole thing about these civilizations obtaining knowledge and then going away is aliens. I'm starting to think that. I wasn't on the board with that, but now I'm starting to wonder.
I think around this area, this like Near Eastern Semitic current, it definitely flirts with that a lot. Yes.
It's like, because why does that keep happening? You know?
I think it's around the Enochian mythos, right?
Yeah.
When you're around the Enochian mythos, it's really tinged with that kind of Anunnaki flavor, right?
I mean, I don't know about I don't know about that, but I think it's like that's the best maybe interpretation that they had at the time with their frame of reference, right? I don't know, but like, you know, based on what, you know, right now the government's saying again, because it keeps, you guys figure it out. Are you going to tell us or not? Because this is annoying to me. Yeah. All right. Like,
I'm over disclosure.
I'm over it. Like, you guys have like drug it out too long. Like, give me a break. And honestly, I won't even believe it now. Like, I'm not even going to believe it at all. It's like until I see one myself and I can like try to pull on its skin and make sure it's not a freaking person in a suit. I know y'all did that too. I'm believing it. You know, no. Like, so, but I'm wondering, like, it's the same kind of thing. But according to them right now, that's what they're saying is like, oh, they've been here forever. Same spiel that we always have heard. They've been here forever. They want us to be at a certain point of consciousness before they come and let us know all these secrets, etc. I mean, if that's the case, like, you know, it could be that back then. Maybe they were just better at it than us and then they got there sooner. I don't know. Yeah. But, you know, then what? They just get to go? If that's what's holding us up here, paying taxes and shit, I'm going to be mad. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just saying, let's get with it. So this is like talking about Adam though, right? And that's Adam getting it. And then like Noah's Ark is in there. Isn't Noah's Ark?
So the legend is that the Sepher Raziel was used by Noah to construct the ark
of sacred geometry, which is why it withstood all of the, you know, floods. And
so this is going to one of the influences that you can see on the Sepher Raziel, which lends credence to parts of the Sepher Raziel being pretty older than the Zohar. Okay. You will see there are these strings of letters and strings of divine names that I normally only see in something called Merkavah.
Okay, literature. That's right. That's
so
in here
you'll see sections in here that reminds me of the Merkavah literature. And the Merkavah literature are these crazy strings of like YH, VVH, YH, VVH, like that.
Just
that kind
consonants,
of thing.
Right?
Just consonants and vowels. You're going to see those in places in the Sepher Raziel, and the Merkavah mysticism was practiced. The earliest I know that it was practiced was around the turn of the Common Era. So you're talking about 1st century BC to 1st century AD, right? So we can say that sections of the Sepher Raziel is drawing influence from Merkavah mysticism, and that's how I was basically interpreting this grimoire. So this grimoire is different from the European grimoire tradition, as in it's not in the same practical manual format as the other grimoires. This is a pretty intense thing to dive into because there's so much Jewish mysticism and old school Jewish mysticism that's infused in it. And so the Jewish mysticism that most people are familiar with is the structured kind of Kabbalah, right? Where it's like a theosophy, it's an architecture of a cosmology. This is just, this reads like Revelations on crack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
It's like the symbolism is crazy. It's contradictory.
Right. And that's what it says. You know, Solomon's and like Solomon's, the ability for him to command demons is from this book, allegedly. But but also it's saying like, when I was doing my research, trying to find out when it came about, it's putting it at 13th century Germany. Yeah. So you can see, I think that's the full compilation. Yeah, yeah. So the first 3 sections of the book, I know it's 13th to 14th century Germany, and I can see
the Zohar's influence in the first 3 sections of the book, right? And this is more of an elaboration on cosmology, on how God created the universe. I can see the Zohar's influence in those books, and I can see the Sepher Yetzirah's influence in those books. So you're seeing a more developed Kabbalah coming in the earlier books of the Sepher Raziel. But as we get towards the back to the Sepher HaRazim, that's when you start, it gets really Babylonian, and it gets really old school, and you see the Merkavah mysticism coming into it. And I'm pretty sure that the Merkavah mysticism by that period was out of vogue in favor of the Kabbalah.
Well, so the way that I kind of summarized this after I was like reading about like its sources, where how it was put together, it's kind of like a mystical encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Stuff that existed prior to its compilation, you know, like its iteration now, right? Because there is some, it says, you know, there are a lot of contradictions in it. However, despite that, practitioners and scholars alike see something genuine within it, like that.
No,
this
is insane.
Yeah,
reading through this, it's the amount of grimoires I've read and been exposed to. It's very rare. I'm reading a grimoire where I feel like, okay, like I'm touching on something that's scaring me right now. This one for sure
scares you. Fun.
It's pretty intense.
Well, it has this. It's saying like, okay, so it has the descriptions of how God created the world through combinations of the Hebrew letters, through divine speech, emanations of light, and it describes the structure of the 7 heavens, each with its own angels, its own divine names, own functions, and cosmic order. It maps the firmament, the dwelling places of souls, the chambers where prayers ascend, like where they go get held, I guess. And again, it's like it draws on the mystical tradition of Merkavah or chariot mysticism, right?
Yeah, so Merkavah and Hekkelot are hand in hand. So the Hekkelot literature is basically people relating their experiences, practicing the Merkavah. The Merkavah is the strings of letters, the instructions on how to perform it.
I just saw something crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
So it has the hallway passage where people have to pass through underwater.
How do you know that? Did you research that?
Yeah.
You researched that, or you just got that right now?
No, like that's what I just saw. This is a hallway, and I'm like, oh, it's
is that in your notes?
No, it's not. It's not in my notes.
What the hell?
Like it's just
how
like the hallway.
How do you know that?
I don't know. Like I just saw it. Like there's a hallway, but there's like invisible water, something, like where people have to trust that they are gonna survive it. But
that's insane. I can't believe you.
Why?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
So let me tell you what I wrote. Okay, what I wrote was these sections describe the palace and halls through which the mystic must pass to ascend the divine throne.
Yes.
That's all I wrote.
The water is a huge
part
of it. The water is a huge part. There's a famous story in the, I think it's the Gemara.
And there's like people there and like one is not able to do it. It's like people there's like groups of people that are at the same time.
Mm-hmm. There's a famous story. Rabbi Akiva went through this process and made it into the palace, right? And there with 3 other rabbis, and one of the rabbis mistook the water and went mad because he wasn't able to get past the water or whatever. That's a part of the descent into the palaces.
They had to leave him behind. Like there's a person stuck and they couldn't continue on. Like and it's like, and it's like a choice. You have to decide, are you going to stay back or are you going to go ahead and go? Like, which one's more important to you? Like, what's that about? Anyways, that's what I just saw in my head. It's like a weird, and then afterwards, it's like a door, like a thing opens up. I don't know, like some kind of chamber, like reveals itself.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. So this is the performance of the Merkavah. And the Merkavah is pretty... So you're going to see the Merkavah in here, right?
Okay.
So there is practical magic in here. This is one of the most insane books I've seen with spirit names, right? So angel names. It gives you lists and lists of angel names to call upon, what their associations are, what firmaments they're in, what spheres they come from. And then also we're going to see in this, it gives the spirits of the directions, right? So once again, we're getting the directions up. You can pull angels and angels
and the palace guardians too, right? Where that are gonna, make you do passwords and tests and check your
Yes.
your moral fortitude or whatever it is, like, to see if you are prepared, I guess. And then you have to take off all your earthly garments. Why is that? Why you gotta be naked?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I think it's a metaphor here.
Yes.
Pretty sure it is. Yeah. So that's crazy. That's a lot of stuff in this book so far. It's not that big of a book.
I mean, as far as grimoires and mystic literature go, this is massive. Really? It was a lot to get through. It's super dense. It's a lot to get through. But I was like, I don't know, kind of blown away from this, because I see this book like in tandem with Sepher Yetzirah and with Abraham Abulafia, which Abraham Abulafia was rumored to have this book and to be using it for his specific brand of
I know what he did. I guess
exactly.
His weird.
He was rumored to have this, and this is very much in line with this kind of like dangerous ecstatic meditation that like this grimoire's falling into.
Yeah, you can get in trouble for using this if you don't have the right intention behind it, right?
Yeah.
So this is because, again, practical magic is kind of an off-limits thing besides the amulets and stuff, which are really limited to their function, right? It's like only for protection, healing, and power.
Yeah, there's very few places in here you're going to find stuff for like wealth and beauty and that kind of thing. This is not the type of grimoire that you're going to open up for your regular practical magic spell. This is talking about the invocation of summoning and conjuring the powers of God himself. Right?
Yes.
So
and creating magical objects and invoking angels to them.
Yeah, so the amulets that are specifically detailed in here, a lot of them are going to fall it's an amulet like under protection.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
like
but they're literal. It's not metaphorical. It's like a literal instructions.
Yeah.
Right? So that's because you don't often find that. A lot of the time in the grimoires, it's like a suggestion or some kind of coded, like, figure it out, Yeah. But this allegedly has instructions.
Yes, and I think it's in the last book, and it starts to get it, and you're going to see some of the amulets that are detailed in it. So the Jewish amulets, Jewish talismans are different from the Arabic ones and the Hellenic ones, right? So when you're looking at Hellenic talismans, those are usually infused with image magic, Indian and Arabic. So those are associated with kind of like images or carvings or engravings. There are Arabic talismans that'll lean into calligraphy instead of images. But a lot of the Arabic grimoires, when you're looking at talismans, they're going to talk about these kind of pictures or pictographs that you're going to be using. And then if you're going like towards the Shams al-Ma'arif, that's going to be calligraphy, and it's going to be numeric. With Hebrew amulets, these are like miniature scrolls of verses and strings of letters.
Right.
And they get packed into like a mezuzah or a necklace or that kind of stuff. And there's instructions on how to do those ones in this book.
Yeah.
But you're going to see the angelic alphabet, the one that looks like the one that Agrippa was using, that shows up in this book as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe where Agrippa got his angelic alphabet from, probably from the Sepher Raziel.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so because what I'm like, another thing that I was reading is that it was kind of like the bad seed of the grimoires here, because of the fact that it just kind of does not follow the sanitized magical, like it allows magic in it rather than just, like it's about using magic, right? It's about doing magic. It's not so spiritual, metaphorical sense. It's like literal in a lot of the ways.
I would say that the danger of this book is I would never want to... It is hard for somebody with no experience with Jewish literature to open that up and be able to operate out of it.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
However, I would say the danger of that book... I would not feel comfortable performing most of the stuff in there.
Right, because it says stuff will happen if you do it.
Yeah, we're talking about, like, I mean, what happened to the Jews at the base of Mount Sinai? They got zapped into smithereens, you know, because...
I mean, it says, okay, so the most central part of this book, though, I guess, is the names of God. not just the tetragrammaton. It's the 42-letter name, the 72-letter name, the names of God associated with each sphere of creation, each day of the week, each angelic function. It teaches that the names are not labels, but they're keys, and to pronounce them correctly with proper intention and purity is to participate directly in the creative power of the divine, right?
Yes.
And yeah, so it's giving specific instructions for creating amulets that will protect you from demons. Mm-hmm. It tells you how to invoke angels to gain knowledge and power.
Yes.
It provides seals to ensure safe childbirth, protect against fire, to gain favor in the eyes of rulers, like that kind of stuff, like practical magic, like stuff back then people would need.
Yeah, I think most of the, at least in this translation, most of the ones that are like you can actually see, like this is the talisman you make, most of them have to do with protecting women in childbirth.
Yeah, it's also, this book is insisting the knowledge of the divine is practical magic, is practical knowledge. Like to know how to do it is practical. It's practical.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, but there's warnings, right? Like about it, about if you don't pronounce correctly. Right? Like, is that a thing? Like, I mean, is that really seriously?
I mean, with all Kabbalah, at least the practical Kabbalah, when you're using the letters, the pronunciation is really important. And this goes back to Egypt. This is the Egyptians, the Egyptian priests would,
You can make those in there too, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah, the Egyptian priests would, have the same kind of warning on it. Like, you had to train and learn how to say things the correct way because you wouldn't want the incantation to go wrong or whatever. So that extends over into the Kabbalah, into the practical Kabbalah, the Jewish literature.
Right.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So it's saying that it's not meant to be safe or casual. The texts themselves warn repeatedly of the dangers of misusing this knowledge. To speak a name of God without proper preparation, without purity of intention, without understanding, is described as potentially catastrophic to the practitioner and to the cosmic order itself. So like, that could be problem. That's why it was secret, because it's like, it's so powerful if you screw this up.
I think it would be really hard for anybody to open it up and actually do it though, like without spending a lot of time with it, you know.
I mean, I'm sure, or who knows, maybe it's happened. And
I would say people confronted with what I really like about this book, and where I think is great, is for somebody that is interested in Jewish or Hebrew magic, or is interested in Kabbalah or letter magic. This book is really eye-opening. I think this is the most practical instructions I've seen on utilizing the god names. And I would say it's the only grimoire I've been able to find that elaborates on exactly how to use the vowel sounds, right? So we see the vowel sounds in the PGM, the vowel sounds that are all over magic, and nobody really knows what they mean. They literally list every single one of the vowel sounds, what they are utilized for in this book. Right. So that is one of the only places I've been able to see that. With the god names themselves, the god name, the 72-letter god name is something known as the Shem HaMefaresh, right?
Yeah.
And so being able to pronounce that is a really intense
72
thing.
letters?
Yes.
How the hell can you pronounce that? It's a long, like a paragraph almost. I mean, at least a couple sentences. Jesus.
However, I think, so there's like the Gates of Light, Shari Ore, by Gigatia. That's a good one for the god names, but this one is the most practical on the god names, right? Like, you open this up and then it shows you this, like, listed like a grimoire. Like, this is how you're using the god names, right?
Right, because this book is asserting that if God gave this knowledge, if this exists, then it's a creation of God, and therefore it was meant to be used. But some minor gatekeeping occurring.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. It assumes that that boundary between us and it's
I think that
permeable.
The gatekeeping is in knowing how to practice it. It's not in the like. No,
it's right there.
Yeah.
But
it's right there, but I think
again,
it takes a very experienced person to open it up and know how to start.
Because it looks like gibberish. A lot of it's going to look like gibberish, right? A lot of it
looks like gibberish. And a lot of it is contradictory, right? It will say, let me just open something up real quick. Let me find something.
Yeah. This is starting to remind me of Yeah, I don't know. Like, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you an example. So this is one of the earlier books that I could see. This is book 2, in the beginning, and this one I believe is influenced by the Zohar, so one of the later editions. In the beginning, God created 20 gates. It is revealed to the Son of Man by 20 letters, but there's 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet. Create 2 names. By Yod He, the Lord formed the worlds, the He by Yod, and over the works of creation preceding the universe, Yod precedes He, and Aleph Tau precedes the holy name, blessed is it, of Aleph, Beth of Yod, for the sake of combining Yod He Val. Aleph is 1, Beth is 2, which is 3, Gimel is 3, which is 6, Dalet is 4, which is 10. So it's walking down it's walking down
I
the
don't know what any of that means.
Is it? I see Aleph is 1, so if you're thinking about the Pythagorean decad, Aleph is the 1, Beth is 2, which is
2
1,
plus 1
2,
is
3,
3.
like on the triangle, right? Gimel is 3, which is the 1, 2, 3. So if you add that together,
4.
then that's going to be 6, right?
Okay.
And then Daleth, which is the bottom row of the Pythagorean decad, is going to equal 10, right? So, that's what I'm talking about. It's like you read that and you're like, okay, what the hell does that mean? And then it's like you'd have to be kind of trained. As for like, God created 20 gates, but from what I know of the Kabbalah, there's 231 gates that are all the permutations of the 22 letters. And it's like, where's the 20 coming from? And it's like, so this is like really complex stuff.
Yeah.
The gatekeeping is like right there that like, you
it's
have
like
to have
that
experience in order to be able
to know what it's
understand
talking about.
how to use it, right?
I mean, but this is, okay, so I think like some of the most profound material in here is going to be the mystical ascent, right? The journey of the soul through the palaces.
Yeah.
To stand before the throne of God.
Yes.
Right? And this is where that ecstatic state stuff, right, comes in. Like, this is, people try to do those, get there by those weird, like the rocking back and forth thing that they're doing where they're saying, well, maybe that's not something that was done. I just saw that one time.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's not.
But okay, never mind.
So that's a secret.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it says that this book provides maps and passwords and names that must be spoken to pass each guardian angel.
Yes.
But is it written like that, like you just did? Because
So
that I would not know what the hell.
So I would say names to get past every guardian angel, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and the ascent is terrifying.
I mean, there's different places in this book where it goes into 3-letter permutations, right? So it would be like Nun Lamed Kaf. The image guides the power. 70 names are engraved in the staff, and then it would be Vav Vav Vav. Begin the oaths with by the power of strength of Moses and Isaiah. Speak of hearing. Receive revelations by the name. Like, these are the keys that you're supposed to be giving the angels, and there's like 72 of these, and then another list of 72 of them.
So like there's the instructions, but within those instructions are other things that you should already know. What they mean, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Understand? Yeah. It's crazy.
So it's like that thing about Moses or whatever. You would have to know what that was already previously, right? Like you'd have to already have that information. Okay, so you couldn't just open this book and start doing it. You'd have to open this book and then decode everything that is telling you need, because you don't already have that and that's not provided there. Right?
I would say you'd have to have the intuitive knowing and understanding in order to perform it, right?
Okay. Intuitive knowing, but also historical or
yeah.
I mean, because it would be like saying, okay, well, how do I make a creme brulee cheesecake? Okay, well, you make a cheesecake and then you put the custard on top. Okay, well, what the hell's in the custard? Yeah. What the hell's in the cheesecake? Like that, you have to know those things.
Yeah,
you have to know how that's created, right? Like, so, which sounds really good, but that's interesting. That sounds crazy talk right there. Like that stuff that would drive me. I would not be able to read that. You read this? Like that's too much.
I read through the whole thing. It's weird because it's really, really intense. But you see certain areas of like the Torah, like the Bible, certain like really deep mystic Jewish literature, right? I mean, like deeper than the Kabbalah. Like when we were talking about stuff like the Shir Koma, it'll read like that.
Okay.
And we're talking, and this is like the older Jewish mystic literature. It reads like that, and it's like really messy, and it's hard to understand. It's really contradictory, but There is
Ooh.
so what I personally understand about the performance of this, and this is something that it's an ecstatic performance that you're doing, but the Merkavah specifically is the chariot, right?
Right.
And the chariot is the light body, right? The subtle
subtle
light
body,
body.
yeah.
So we're talking in Judaism, we see this practice that is in the East, like when in high level tantra, high level yoga, like that kind of stuff where you're creating like the subtle light body.
That's dissociating and you're leaving your body. Yeah.
Exactly. So within Abrahamism, it's there, and this is what the prophets were doing, right? Like this is why it lays lineage to the patriarchs and to the prophets, because it's basically like saying these guys were receiving prophecies from God by building a subtle light body and going on this vision journey into the throne. The throne room of God, and they were doing it ecstatically, right? So
they were like hyperventilating.
So while we're there,
themselves and shit,
hyperventilating, maybe taking drugs,
Probably,
rocking back and forth, like that kind
just
of overheating
breath work,
themselves.
whatever,
They're starving themselves. They're in a cave in the desert, like
sleep deprivation, whatever.
Yes,
required.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's giving you a practical manual. So what these symbols are the letters themselves are the molecules. They're archetypal molecules, right? They're like the tarot cards.
It's like,
they're like
the molecular structure of a thing. Yeah.
Yes. They're like the major arcana, 22 letters, 22 major arcana. Yeah. Right? Every single one of them has symbols associated with it. What this is telling you to do is like, okay, while you are in the state, you are visualizing these things, you are using these things, and you are building this subtle light body. And that subtle light body, one of the interesting things that happens in the Merkavah is it's a descent. It's not an ascent. It's a descent. And that word is very specific to this.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Where do you
descend? So you descend into the palaces, into the throne room of God, right? The Hechelot.
Which
right?
God?
The Mac.
Which one?
The Mac.
The infinite one?
Yes.
The Ein Sof one?
Yes.
Okay. Not the Yahweh one.
That one is the Ein Sof.
It is not. Is it?
Yes.
Ein Sof.
They're all the same. They're names for the same thing.
Oh, I thought that the Yahweh one was the one of Earth.
No.
No. Oh, that's what I was taught. Okay. So that's the jealous God.
That's what Gnostics say.
I mean, that's what God says itself.
That's what
the Bible.
That's what the Gnostics say.
Okay, because I thought that there's multiple gods. Like, why does it say no other gods before me?
That's the problem with personifying deity, right?
I didn't do it.
So that's what happened in the Old Testament, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Ein Sof is the
when you personify deity and personify divinity, you assign human traits to it, right?
Which it doesn't have.
So the thing is, as people are writing the Old Testament and they're personifying it, right? They're casting human qualities onto deity, right? So God is angry, God is jealous, like that kind of stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, people at a later date, they're like, that is an angry, jealous God, because they're still personifying it, right? It's like,
well, I mean, maybe it's because it
like
shows up that way so that we can understand it that way.
That's like if tsunami took the city out tomorrow and I said the ocean's jealous and angry, It's like I'm personifying the ocean.
I'm literally all the time. Yeah, sure. I mean, no, I know what you mean though. Like so, but maybe that's just how it came to us because that's how we understand. So maybe
that is how people understand. That is how people comprehend things.
Yeah, it personified itself, so we can understand.
They personify things, right? So it's like you think about the AI, right? People personify the AI.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
When I use it.
They personify the AI because it's hard for them to understand like what
that it's just a numbers binary code.
That's an abstraction. Yes.
Right. I mean, but maybe that's, because we are human, we have to relate it to ourselves.
System. Yeah.
Right. Otherwise we can't relate. We don't have a frame of reference for anything outside of that. You can't reference something you don't know.
And so people start talking about the AI and they're like, is the AI sentient? It's like, it's not a human. It's not the same thing.
Well, sentience doesn't have to be human, right? Consciousness doesn't have to be human. It just needs to be
the only thing we can rationalize, the only way we can rationalize to this thing that is capable of imitating human speech, the only way we can rationalize it is if we think of it in terms of being human. And so we think, well, I'm sentient. Is it sentient? It's like, no, it's not, because it's not you. It's a machine that's imitating human language.
To be you. Yeah. So I just so one of the things that really was like, whoa, when I was doing research on this and the little bits that I did read was that when there's that there's like fire, like at all the palace gates or something.
Uh-huh.
And they're asked by these guardians, who are you to pass through these? And like, what gives you this right?
Yeah.
And if you are not able to provide the proper names and have the proper seals,
Yeah.
and you did not purify yourself sufficiently, you can be destroyed.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. Cast down or destroyed. That's the cast down or destroyed are the two words.
A part of the legend and a part of the lore is that if you enter into these palaces, right? There's plenty of people that entered into plenty of legends around people that have entered the palaces. They've either gone mad, they've been burned alive, they've been killed, like that kind of stuff. These angels that you're confronting in these palaces are not nice guys.
Right.
The
angels are not.
It's like a Nintendo game when you're sneaking into
browsers,
exactly.
whatever,
this is like,
castle. They're so okay. So
but these are this is the journey. These are the techniques that are used, and that the Jews believe this is the journey that the prophets went on, Ezekiel went on, in order to behold the throne of God. Enoch went on.
Okay, so there's a warning is that this is not a casual thing. It's not to be used for selfish purposes. It's not against attempting. It's against attempting practices without proper preparation, against taking shortcuts. It's it says like the knowledge is a gift, but gifts can destroy those who are not ready to receive them. So if you're shortcutting, bypassing, etc., it's not going to work out for you, right? Well, I think it would be madness, probably. Being like you're just destroyed would be becoming mad.
Yes.
It's like, so the overall point of this book is like that the way back to the divine does exist, right? It's guarded, but it is possible. There are practices that can transform our consciousness to a point where we can reconnect with the divinity that's within us, right? The exile that we're currently in, because allegedly that's what this book is also saying, is like all people are exiled currently from the divine temporarily.
From
but
Eden.
Not but Eden is a metaphor for
paradise.
Right.
Yeah.
For God. And it's so we're temporarily exiled. It's not permanent. And we're not abandoned. We have all the tools we need, magician there, if we're willing to do the work to understand it, which is like kind of what all of the other systems say too.
Yeah. So I think if I wanted to be a biblical prophet, or like, let's say I wanted to be the next Muhammad, right? What I would do is I would take this book, I'd take the Sepher Yetzirah, I would take Life in the World to Come, and I would just bury myself in them and try to perform this book, right? It's
like the HGA, but like way more intense.
Yeah, I mean, like it's literally visiting the throne of God and speaking with angels. And the thing is, like, this gives the hierarchy of angels in this book, the angelology that is happening in this book is absolutely batshit crazy. Like, I think extracting angel names out of this book is a great thing to do. And you're going to see the angel names like associated with the planets that are classically associated with the planets in the Grimoire system, like Zadkiel and Cassiel and that kind of stuff. They're in this book, right? But then you also have their entire hierarchy that are listed under them. And one of the most interesting things I was reading in here that I kept getting drawn to is in multiple parts of the book. It's talking about the spirits of the directions, right?
Okay.
And you know how fascinated I am with that kind of stuff, right? The spirits of the directions. I think ever since we met, I've been like really.
That's a thing that like a lot of different systems use too, right?
Yes, it is. It's something that you see. I'm very, very curious about, like, just why, and what these things are and exploring them, right? And so you've got demon kings, you've got angels that like in the PGM, they're the winds, right? And there's something actually really interesting that happens here. It's I never realized this, but I started to understand that ruach, which is the Hebrew word for spirit, it also translates as winds, right? And so when you're talking about the spirits of the directions, it's the ruach of the directions, right? So ruach is the spirit, but it's also the wind, right? The winds of the directions. So you see the winds from
that's another thing, right?
Like pagan religion and from witchcraft and that kind of stuff. You're seeing this embedded in there too. There's multiple places in this book where it's talking about the spirits of the directions, and I think it lists them as like there's I think 15,000 or 45,000 or somewhere around them. No, I think it's 15,000, right?
Yeah, okay.
But then it doesn't necessarily give a name for the angel. I think it gives princes for each of the directions, but they aren't the normal ones that we associate, like Abammon and that kind of stuff from the grimoire tradition, right? Or from demon summoning and regular European. They're different names in there. And so that's something that I've been really curious about exploring in this book specifically. I think as like a magician, this is definitely worth probing and getting into and kind of exploring the spirits and the spiritual hierarchies that are listed in this book. As for the majority of the book, I'm reading it as mostly Merkavah literature, where it's instructing you on how to use your subtle light body to descend into the throne of God, and it's doing this through this crazy symbolism.
So isn't that the same thing as what the monks do when they go in their meditative states, their trances?
Yes, I'd say it's very similar to like using yantras, and which are like the visualized. They're castles.
Right? Yeah, palaces, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, Metatron. Metatron. Okay. So should we take a break right now, and then we'll come back and talk about that. I really want to talk about that. I want to talk about Metatron because that part is wild to me. I didn't know this.
Yes.
That's news to me. So we'll take a break and we'll come back.
So we're going to take a quick break for an ad read. So, hi, I'm Abammon. Welcome to our break. We're here doing a little bit of an ad read for our app, livegrimoire.com. So one of the most frustrating things about being an occultist is organizing all your notes, right? And your citations, right?
Yeah.
Because every occultist wants to publish their grimoire, or they want to get their magical system together, or they just want to keep track of all the synchronicities and spirit
share,
contacts.
share ideas, of ritual practice or ingredients to make certain things, like, oils or, whatever it is that you use for your practice.
Yeah, so I lose track of like basically the servitors I'm working with the different pacts I have with spirits, with astrological elections, and the recipes I have for my oils, and then also like the different prayers that I use.
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. They're like in every different notebook, wherever I can write them down. You know, at the time, they're never in a coherent one volume place ever.
Yeah.
So,
and then one of the things I do a lot too is while I'm reading. Right? Mm-hmm. Like while I'm reading books, like I'm reading like paper, or I'm reading a grimoire, or I'm reading religious text or something, I'll run into a quote and I'll be like, oh, I want to save that because I might want to write about that later.
Yeah.
And then I'll just like post it in like a Discord server or on a forum or whatever, and then lose it, right?
Yeah.
And so also like keeping track of those, like those
or
quotes,
just like
those
Google
citations.
Docs that are just within untitled documents, like in hundreds, whatever. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. So
what do we do?
We made this app, this web app called livegrimoire.com that brings everything together. Yep. So hopefully we could keep track of these things. I still like to write the physical stuff when we're in this in session with each other. I write it in my physical grimoire. I draw my sigils. I do all that kind of stuff. But I also take the time the next morning or the next day to go and input it in it so that I have this like nice organized system that's properly cited. So I can, write my thoughts and collect my thoughts later, keep track of my ritual timing. There's a nice calendar that, like, when I find an election, I can save it to my ritual calendar.
Right. And there's tarot correspondences that you can add.
Tarot correspondence. So that's one of the things. I always pull tarot readings in the middle of a ritual. And so there's a cool little feature where you have the ability to save tarot cards to a journal entry or a grimoire entry. Yeah.
That's awesome because I have so many tarot readings and like where I'll just pull cards and not have the time to read them right away because something comes up, you know, and then I lose that. So if I could just input them there and just be like, this is what I drew, and then go back and read it later and actually do the spread, that's helpful as well, right?
Yeah.
But the citation thing for me is huge.
Yeah, the citation manager is absolutely awesome. I'm really excited about that. And that's for people that are trying to write a grimoire and want to source it.
You know, have some credibility behind what they're writing, right?
Or also just remember what you were reading. Where did you read that? You know,
what's your source?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyways, if you guys want to check it out, livegrimoire.com. The free version has most of the features except for the lectional astrology and tarot feature. If you pay for the full, the premium version, you get the lectional astrology and the tarot feature. But go on there, start putting together rituals, saving your prayers,
you can
saving
post
your
them
recipes.
So other people can see and you can share them, right? Directly within the app or to external sharing. Can you external share?
You can render things as a PDF if you want to.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So you can export as a PDF on the website.
I mean, this thing is great. I'm not a big app person.
Yeah.
But I did start using it and I found it to be very easy to use and very helpful.
Yes.
I've uploaded a ton
and
of stuff.
It's constantly in development, so it's in beta right now. But the more people we get signed up for it, the faster I can develop it because it costs money to develop.
Right. And how much is it for the paid version?
Premium is $5 a month, so it's $4.99. That's what is it? I spend $20 at the convenience store every day. So
I mean, it's like one less than a coffee.
Yeah.
So try it out. I mean, and I've had a great time with it so far. I've been uploading stuff, and I think it's very useful, and it's definitely within the right time. Like we're in a digital age, and
yes.
It's helpful to have things on paper and, digitally. So I love it. I think you did a great job on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. livegrimoire.com.
Yep. Check it out. Okay. So I want to talk about Metatron.
Yeah, Metatron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Metatron was a man. Enoch. Well, I guess he wasn't a regular man,
It sounds like a transformer. But,
sure does.
Yeah.
Like that name has always bothered me. Like, what do you mean Metatron? Like when someone told me that was an actual angel name, I was like, okay, new age. Turns out, no, it's not. It's very old.
It's just a Greek name.
Very strange.
Yeah.
But we had information come through one time and I didn't understand it.
Oh, yeah.
And now I see it in black and white.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, I got that it was a person at some point. And I'm like, how could an angel be a person at some point?
This is a crazy, crazy mystery. And I
because
love
right?
this.
Like, isn't an angel supposed to be a creation of God that was a separate class than human? Am I wrong?
So we're gonna get we're gonna get deep. I'm gonna drop
please,
some
because I'm confused. Because Metatron is allegedly something that I somehow have some connection with.
Metatron is an archangel,
and
in the Jewish literature, he is confused for Hashem. And when I say Hashem, it's because I have reverence for the Tetragrammaton, right? So YHVH, right? So I'm just not going to say that name, right? I'm going to say Hashem instead of that name. But he gets confused in the Jewish literature, and we're talking specifically about the episode where Rabbi Akiva, who's also name dropped in this book, Rabbi Akiva, when he descends into the palaces with the three other rabbis, one of the rabbis gets Metatron confused with Hashem, the Mac, right?
Okay.
It thinks that Metatron is, right? Metatron actually gets punished and lashed by YHVH. He gets punished for letting the rabbi think he was.
He let him think that?
Yeah, exactly. So Metatron is often thought of the little YHVH, little Hashem.
Okay.
Like he's got all the same powers and that kind of stuff, but
because he was mistaken?
a smaller version. But Metatron was originally Enoch. Enoch went to heaven. He never died, right?
He didn't die. He just got sucked up into heaven.
He got sucked up into heaven.
Whole body.
Not
dead.
And transformed into Metatron.
Which
transformed into an angel.
Is there a description of how he looks?
Into little YHVH.
Okay.
Right? We're talking about the Enochian episode. We're talking about the Book of Enoch, the Battle of the Angels. Okay. Right? And then if we can tie this, this is where we're getting into personal gnosis. This is where we're getting into our personal journey.
Okay,
Dr.
right.
Stone,
I understand because I didn't understand.
Let's step back. I know this is why this stuff kind of like scares me. Manda Dehia of the Ginza Rabbah. Remember when we got into the Mandeans, right? Yes. Manda Dehia of the Ginza Rabbah. He is Raziel. He's the angel of the mysteries. He's the angel of gnosis. What happens in the Ginza Rabbah? There is the cataclysm that happens. The same kind of Enochian episode. But Manda Dehia, he goes up and he frees all of these star spirits.
Okay, yeah.
Star spirits,
okay.
right?
Right, okay. I remember that vaguely. Yes.
So we're seeing this relationship here, right?
Okay.
Enoch is a man that gets transformed into little YHVH.
Mm-hmm. A god.
Metatron. Okay. Not just a god,
So he's another iteration of it. The same.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So this is kind of crazy, right? Because from now we're gonna take a step back to the Old Testament, right? So when Sodom and Gomorrah gets destroyed, right? Abraham is trying to prevent God from destroying Sodom and Gomorrah. He's like, don't do it. There might be some good people, that kind of stuff. But when he's doing this, he's having a conversation with God, right? Uh-huh. He's having a conversation like in person, right?
Okay.
So obviously this can't happen because this is the God, right?
Okay.
So the way that is interpreted by some rabbis is that the God that Abraham was speaking to in the desert, trying to convince not to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, was not actually God, but was Metatron.
Okay.
Right? Which means that... Okay. Do you see where this is going?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the aspect of God that can interface with us, right? So we're talking about people seeing
because it's a person. Because it was a person.
Because it was Enoch. Enoch never died, got transformed into this angel when he ascended into heaven during the cataclysm. Right? Now, what have you learned about Metatron? Specifically, you've learned about Metatron is that the HGA is a face. Is an aspect of Metatron, right?
That's what I got.
Yes.
I don't know.
So if the HGA is a face, is an aspect of little
God, right?
Little God.
Mm-hmm. This is right. Are you talking about the ineffable, right?
Yeah. It says yes.
Okay. So so this it. Oh, okay. So are you saying this is the projection of the human aspect of that, like this is the one that we can this is the projection that's sent out so that we can comprehend with our limited ability to comprehend something we can't comprehend.
Well, so then at the same time, then why would the rabbi in the descent into the Hekel, why would Metatron get punished for tricking the rabbi into thinking, for letting the rabbi think that Metatron was the larger Godhei Wave, right? Why would that happen? Because the rabbi believed himself to be the larger one, right?
Right.
So
right. It's like, right.
Yes. So I am.
Yeah.
I am, but
I'm not.
Right?
Yeah, I get that. I know that's what I mean. Right, because if man can be the God,
yeah,
that gives us too much power. That's dangerous. So, yes and no.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I get that. It's like, it's both. It's the whole, But yes, it's both yes and no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes. But so that's a person
just
that can
crazy.
interface with us.
Yes.
With people because it had a person form.
Yes.
Still does apparently in some way, really, because it never died. Okay, so that's how. Yeah. Okay, so by letting that rabbi, I think, not correcting him, but he couldn't correct him because he would be lying otherwise. So he's stuck in a rock and a hard place.
Exactly. So this is one of the weird things about that story. I think the other angels got upset at Metatron. I'm trying to remember the details. The other angels got upset at Metatron and wanted him to be punished, and so God gave him 100 lashings by fiery thorns or some like weird biblical.
Oh, he's doing the Opus Dei shit. Yeah. He's like. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. But really, the pieces of Metatron, the relationship to the angel Raziel, and I'm going to say going into the Ginza Rabbah, Mandean corpus, is one of the missing pieces of this Enochian cataclysm angel mythos or whatever. We're getting into some ancient and heavy stuff right here. I mean, we're filling out some pieces, Dr. Stone.
It's really odd to me because it's like I did not know nothing about.
I was not interested in this stuff.
I know you
at
weren't.
all.
I mean, and me neither. Because I'm gonna be honest, like angel magic sounds super cheese to me. Like it just sounds like some new age
magic,
hippy dippy
exactly.
nonsense.
No, okay. So I think like I'm studying this and like piecing these things together, and I'm getting like scared, right? And I ran into somebody I think like 2 weeks ago or something that was like an angel magic practitioner, and we're talking about the like crystal like love and light kind of stuff, and I'm just like, this is so far away from the angel magic that I'm like, this stuff is like pretty frightening to me, right? I mean, this is cosmic, cosmic.
And their stuff is like let's call on the angels, that have wings and like golden harps and shit. Like, that's not what we're talking about. Like, right? That's not it. I don't know where that even came from. Like that, but that's what I thought of when I heard that. I was like, angel magic sounds dumb, like stupid. It just sounded like absolutely something. First of all, it sounds religious to me. I don't like that. And then it just sounds like real fluffy and super, like, trendy. Okay. Or something. And I was like, no, but that's not. And so when I got that, whenever we were doing stuff where this came out, I was really confused because I'm like, I don't know anything about this because I don't want to. Like, this sounds stupid to me. Why would I get this information? Like, why would I get this? And is it even right? There's no way. And then turns out, yes, like that's weird.
Yeah. So it's like,
I don't like it.
Yeah. So it's like on one hand, you've got the demon stuff, which is like dark and like I'm going to destroy my life. But then on the other hand, you have like the angel magic, which is like
dark and I'm going to destroy your life.
Biblically accurate angel magic, which is like
at worst the demon
lashings
stuff
with fire thorns because
someone
approach the throne of God.
Something about you.
Exactly. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh,
crazy.
That's like getting punished for someone else's thoughts about you. That's so fair. But I don't know. Is that an ego lashing?
What?
Is that what that is?
I don't know. The way that I interpret this literature and this genre of mysticism, I have a deep reverence for it and a deep respect for it, and I do not think putting words to it does it any justice, because what we're dealing with is themes of eternity.
Yeah, you don't have language for it.
Of like cosmic things.
Yeah,
right?
No, like we can like, okay, so this is a problem.
And that's what makes it frightening. It's frightening in a cosmic sense, as in it's so grand and so large.
Okay, right. So there's that aspect. So that is something that definitely I struggle with all the time after having my experience of, not being here for a minute. And because it's like, wait a second, that's crazy. Like, all that's crazy. Like, that's a level of grandiosity that is nothing comes close to at all. Also, there is no language. There's just literally there's no language. There's just not. It's not possible for us to properly describe these things. Like, we can't comprehend it because we don't have a frame of reference for it until we do. And only a few of us do. And so it doesn't help us. It doesn't help. It makes it worse. It's more confusing and it's more frustrating to not be able to explain it the way you know it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I do. It's a lot, and it's traumatizing because it's like, oh, wait a minute. Like, that's so crazy. Like, it's just too much. It's almost too much. It'll break you.
Yeah.
And that's why I still struggle with the whole thing, like, a lot. Because it's just like, what?
Yeah, but I mean, you just pulled it right now, though. Like, you literally pulled out one of the episodes. Like one of the famous descent episodes that only people who study esoteric Jewish literature would know about the descent into the throne room with the water.
I didn't know it was a descent. Yeah. I just saw, but like, and then
you just pulled that
something
out.
else.
You just pulled that out.
Tell me, because I just seen something else.
Yeah.
Okay, and it is under something.
Yes.
I'm not saying that they went under. Like, I'm saying in this chamber. I guess it's like an in between room. I don't know. It's like walking through a door, and then that door shuts behind you. Now there's another door on the other side, and like some steps down or something. But like, it's filled. The space is filled with like a liquid, some kind of fluid stuff. I don't know. And in order to get there, it was like they had to get down and go underneath it. But like, I don't know what that means. Like, they had to get down under it. Like, it's like they had to go through it on their bellies almost. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, that's what I'm seeing. But this other person can't take it, can't do it, can't trust that it's not going to collapse on them, or like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's some fear, but it's that person wasn't ready. That person has some, I don't know. Like, now I'm seeing that mind's going really fast and crazy, thinking about all the things that they have hidden. You know what I'm saying?
So that was the rabbi that got driven mad, was the one that mistook the illusion for real water or something.
Right.
Yeah.
They had to like go under, like they had to trust, like there was something they had to believe and trust.
Yeah.
But like they had to be pure to do that. And I don't know what that means. I don't think it means pure like a virgin or something. I just think it means their intentions or something. Or they couldn't have any hidden, like with like if you're working with an exorcism or something,
Is this like
the
Indiana
demon knows
Jones or something?
Kind of seems like that vibe, or like Lord of the Rings shit. But like, it seems like they had to be coming from a genuine place or something. But one of them knew full well that they had an ulterior motive and they couldn't hide it in this point.
That's crazy.
And so they faltered at whatever, and the other ones had to leave them behind. I don't know what that means. So I don't know, but that person was, their mind, I like seeing it, is that they're standing there on this threshold and their mind is racing with trying to hide the intention that they have in their mind from whatever was able to read it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, something could read it. Something could read their, like, oh, you're good? Yes, I came here for this purpose. And, like, that was true. That person came for this purpose. That person did, but that was a lie. Like, you know what I mean? And that person knew that was going to happen and couldn't continue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And punishment, like, the rest of them, I don't know what happened, but one was not okay, and then they got some kind of fallout from it. I don't know what that is. I thought that they died, but, like... Yeah. If they went crazy, that's
one of them went mad. The one that got confused by the water, and then the other two died.
Okay, so somebody died.
And then Rabbi Akiva was the only one that made it and came back.
Why'd the other ones die?
I can't remember. One of the angels cut one of them down with a sword.
Maybe that's when they fell on their bellies. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. Just seeing somebody like on the ground. I don't know. I mean, it's all metaphor, though.
One of them got cut down, and then I think another one came back but couldn't speak. And then Rabbi Akiva was the only one that made it.
Right, because they can't speak. Why? Because they would tell everybody what they did. Yeah, like that's it. Like they were not like. Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. I don't know what I'm talking about though at all. I'm just seeing some water. I'm not really even water. It's like clear. It's not even.
So it's weird because
it's like
I've had an experience where I was working with a group, and I was flirting around this technique. The group that I was working with had no idea. I was flirting around the Merkavah literature, and I was incorporating it into group rites, and another person started pulling up water in the rituals that we're doing, like these waters or whatever, and I've like 86'd it because I was like, oh, okay, like maybe that's something. So it's weird. I feel like
it's not water though. It's not water.
Yeah,
but
it's not. It's an illusion.
Like, it's
illusion. Yeah.
It's like.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I don't know.
It was like you know, like when you see him on a movie and somebody like can reach through a mirror.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, like wavy. It was like that. It's like they went and it's like the shimmer, like there's something there, but you can't quite see it. But it's heavy and it's like almost gonna like you would think it's like water, like something like that, like a wall of water, but you can't really see it. I don't know why, but there's a claustrophobic feeling to it too. Like you're gonna get smashed by it. I don't know. Like the walls are closing in on you somehow. I don't know. That was weird. And it's in a chamber, but it's in like a in between space in some kind of looks like a to me like I guess my best reference would be a pyramid chamber, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was. I didn't know if it was like they went down. I just saw them in the spot. I didn't see like getting there. But yeah, whatever that is, and I don't have any reference to that. I don't know what that means. Like I don't know what Merkavah is. I don't know any of that. So I mean, you're saying it, and I see it here referenced, but I don't know what it means. So
yes.
I don't know. Like so, Metatron's a man who's not a man now.
He's little Hashem.
But that
he's an angel.
But
he's little Hashem.
But the higher self. Oh, I remember. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So, right.
Yeah. You're unlocking it now, Dr. Stone. And it's funny too, because the Merkavah, you know the Merkavah, it's the 3-dimensional Star of David. Like it's the 2 pyramids, right? That's the Merkavah. Merkavah means chariot, and that's also called Metatron's cube, right?
That's Metatron's
cube.
So
that's the light body. That's the light body that's supposed to be doing the descent. It's called Metatron's cube. It's called the Merkavah. Merkavah, and it's the 3-dimensional Star of David.
It's all the way around. Okay. Yeah. So not the flat one. Okay, that makes it.
The 3-sided pyramid, but they're. You know,
but it's actually in space. Like if you had 2 physical, not just a drawing of it, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's crazy.
Which is called Metatron's cube, but it's also called the Merkavah, when Merkavah means chariot.
Okay. Well, that's that is
so
crazy.
Is that what Enoch used to go to heaven while he was still alive, right? It's Metatron's cube, and it's also the chariot. And a chariot, and if the Merkavah is a subtle light body that you're building, like when you're doing a yantra in Tibet or whatever.
Well, it's a pyramid, right? You said.
Well, no, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Stop. Wait. Hang on.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what
right?
you're talking about. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So. All right. So it's a pyramid, like a real one.
It's 2.
I understand.
Yeah.
One facing upwards, one facing downward.
Yes.
But like intersecting each other.
Yes.
So there's the above and below.
Yes.
Side to side, like all that. Like so it's all the way around. Okay. So it's saying, okay, so you're here and there.
And then, man, if
right?
you dude, this is crazy.
You're everywhere.
But think about it. This. What did I just read right now about the Aleph and the Bet and the Gimel and the Dalet, which make the pyramid
plus 3 and plus 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus 10 or is in 10. Right. Yeah. What about it?
So that's building the pyramid with those letters. That's how you're building the pyramid. Those 4 letters create the pyramid, the above and the below, right?
That's what it is.
So how would you permute it? You'd run through it once and then you'd reverse it and do it again.
And then side to side.
Building the subtle light body, right? Which is 10, which is the Yod. 10 is the Yod. The Yod is the hand of God. Yeah.
Well, why?
What is
So
going on
frustrating. Frustrating shit. You
here?
know,
We sound like
we're crazy people.
I know we are crazy people.
We like it. We're speaking our own
I
language
feel
right
like
now.
we should have a bong right now.
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
we feel
That's
like
what it
we're
sounds like.
just like
sounds
smoking.
like we're just like,
yeah,
hey, bro.
yeah.
Just so trippy.
It's like, what if like
you know, I do this all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I do this all the time. I have these moments where I'm like, what if? Wait a minute.
What if
I got some?
yeah.
You know, I just had some insight.
Mm.
What if? Blah blah blah. And then you look at me and you go,
I know.
come on,
And
I'm the
then I'd
rational one in
smack you
this
down.
situation.
I'm sorry, babe.
No, literally the other night. I can't believe I'm in a relationship where I'm the rational one. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I can't help what comes to me, man. I don't know where it comes from.
It's okay.
But I do know that the Metatron thing
It's a brain
weird.
blast, right? Brain blast.
Can-
Because
I
I
can't
feel
even-
like
can I
you're starting
say
to see
it?
what I see.
I'm seeing.
Yeah.
What? What are you saying?
Because I've been seeing this for a while.
Okay.
The Metatron with the little Hashem with the HGA thing. That connection.
That's us.
Yes.
It's us.
Yes. With
Because again, we're all the fucking same.
Enoch performed the
HJ. He went and he saw his own self.
He did the theurgy with the Tetragrammaton. He did the theurgy with Hashem.
Okay.
Like, Enoch did that.
And then he became
And he became Metatron.
Just like when I died and I saw myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like I saw, but I was dead actually. But like I seen myself.
Yeah.
And that was like my other version of me. And
Yeah.
like, so it's like, but then that version of me was really the same thing as everybody else's same thing, which is what that is, right?
So Enoch in legend is the only person to ever go to heaven alive, right? So Enoch,
why is this shit happening anymore?
The goal of the Merkavah is to perform what Enoch performed.
Mm-hmm.
If the HGA is a face of Metatron, if it's connected to Metatron, right? If that's what it is, that guide, the HGA, that guide is supposed to be guiding you to performing that. To becoming Hashem.
Right. But I mean, what does that entail? Does it really entail all that?
I don't know. I would not be here if I knew.
It doesn't. I know we'd just poof and go away, right?
Gone,
I've been saying this. Saying my theory is that when we get to the point where we truly understand who we are, what we are, etc., we just poof, cease to exist because it's over. Like the game's done. Like we figured it out. We leave, right? And then, I think even like if it's 51% of the population, then we all just poof and go away. And that's what's happened to the previous civilizations that they say just got wiped out, and then we make up some cataclysmic event that kind of coincides with that time frame that we think that we understand. But that's not even true now, like because now all the science is rewriting all that lately. So I don't know, but this is really okay. So Metatron is an archangel, so that's why I'm confused. Though archangels, I thought were a different class of being.
What do you mean a different class?
And then human. So how did he become that?
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. And so that's, I think, in the Ginza Rabbah, the Ginza Rabbah is teaching you specifically how to assume Raziel.
He's a revealer of divine secrets?
Who? Raziel?
Metatron.
Yeah.
He's the scribe? He's the divine scribe? Yes?
I don't know about that.
Thoth.
Yeah.
The same thing. Chief attendant to the divine throne, ruler of the divine secrets, and described as having fiery physical features after his heavenly transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And he walked with God and was taken to heaven without dying. That's in Genesis 5:24. And God transformed his mortal flesh into a fiery divine substance, granting him angelic status and the name Metatron. His role is supreme angel, sometimes called the Prince of the Presence, guiding humanity, recording divine mysteries, and executing God's will. And this idea stems from Second Temple literature, particularly the Book of Enoch, 2 Enoch, and later Kabbalistic texts like 3 Enoch. Key figure. Okay, so that's righteous man. But like how?
How what?
Why? The lesser that title.
Mm-hmm.
The lesser YHVH.
Yeah.
Hebrew Book of Enoch. Taken alive. Okay, why? I don't know. Oh, he's a vice regent and spokesperson. Okay.
Yeah, what do you mean? What are you saying? Why about what?
Why did he? Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
So.
I see it. I just read it. All right. Oh.
So.
Bridge between the infinite and the finite world. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, and he's the. Oh. Okay. I see now. Okay. Oh, wow. So I'm just saying. That's something people should look into, I guess, maybe.
What?
I don't know. See if they get anything out from it. Because I'm just reading the stuff about it from the Book of Enoch. Like, kind of weird. This is where the idea of the guy in the sky comes from. It's watching you.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like it.
Perhaps.
It's the one that is the celestial scribe who records human deeds and acts in the books to keep track of sins and stuff. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what's that, Metatron? I bet you're busy with me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, that's a crazy thing, and I'm still having a hard time with the whole human aspect of it, unless we just go for the idea that every human is God and God is every human.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's the theurgical act, I don't think that's too far of a stretch. And I think that theurgy being present in the Abrahamic religion, giving the influence of Greek religion on, rabbinic Judaism, I don't think that's too far of a stretch, right?
Yeah. Oh. Okay. But this idea is controversial, right? Like, this is not accepted by all.
No, this is not. I mean, I've dropped when we're talking about Metatron specifically, I've dropped a lot of personal gnosis on Metatron, right? From exploring the Jewish literature.
What is that guy's name?
And then the performance of the Merkavah, most people do not know how to perform it, right? There's the Jews that are alive today that may know how to perform it are not going to share it with anybody, right? So we've done a lot of filling in the gaps through educated study, educated practice, and unverified personal gnosis, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
but
that's the performance of the Merkavah, who Metatron is, that relationship to the initiate, to the adept, to the magus, that kind of stuff. This is very, this is not accepted amongst and then the authority.
What's the heretics guy's name?
What heretic?
The Jewish heretic guy.
Which one?
I don't know, man. What was his name? I just saw it. It was Eliza ben Abuya. What is it?
I'm not sure.
The one that was said he was Jewish, but then he transformed over to.
Oh, that Shabbatai Chevy.
Oh,
yeah,
is that the one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's somebody else.
Yeah.
That this other person believed there were two powers in heaven.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. That's a part. Yeah. So that's a part of the Metatron thing. So this is the little Hashem thing where there are certain Jews and rabbis that believe that little Hashem is Metatron, right? Mm-hmm. That believe like what I said about, God was walking with Adam in the garden or visited before Sodom and Gomorrah, that was Metatron itself, right?
Yeah.
But, with God walking with Adam in the garden, the issue there is like obviously Enoch was after Adam, right? But they explain that by saying that, it's, God, so time is not a thing,
but
right?
Now I'm seeing something else. It says, okay, so there was ancient text that presumed Enoch was elevated, transferred, lifted up, or somehow taken by God and did not die. However, there are rabbinic sources, and in Genesis 5:24, it says, "And Enoch walked in the fear of the Lord, and he was not, for the Lord had killed him."
Yeah.
So that's saying he died.
Maybe.
right?
I don't know. It's generally
guess.
it's generally accepted that Enoch did not die and he was turned into an angel and taken to heaven, turned into Metatron. But yeah,
Wow.
so you
Son
know,
of man.
this book of angel magic, the Merkavah, I don't know. This is one of the
This is a rabbit hole.
yes, and I think definitely if people are interested in angel magic, they're interested in grimoires to get a hold of this. There's going to be only particular sections that are going to be workable for practical magic, and it mostly has to do with creating amulets for people who are into Kabbalah and practicing meditative Kabbalah.
Yeah.
You know, I think this pairs very well with Abu Lafia and Ari Kaplan's Sepher Yetzirah. And then as for the majority of the book, which is the crazy Merkavah symbolism, definitely people that are into reading crazy Jewish literature pick it up, but there's a ton of contradiction in the book. And
I mean, but every text
really
has
difficult to
contradiction
open.
in it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the Bible's full of them. Like just today, I was watching somebody break down Genesis and how the first book, like the first part and the second part, contradict each other because Adam and Eve weren't the first people on earth. Because in the second book, it's talking about how he made people before there were plants. So before the Garden of Eden existed, there were people so they could tend to the plants that were going to be there at some point. But then those people are never mentioned again. Like, so that doesn't make sense. There's contradictions everywhere.
Yeah.
So, you know, and maybe that's on purpose to throw people off. I don't know. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, but contradictions are everywhere in life anyways. Like, none of this stuff's supposed to be real, yet somehow, you know, we all get little glimpses of it occasionally, like, and therefore it is real. Like, so, you know, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, so I think the most useful stuff would be in the Sepher Raziel section, which I think is book 4 in there.
Well, where'd you get this book? Is this easily found?
Yes, this is an English translation. This one is edited and translated by Steve Savidow. It's pretty easily found. It's by Weiser Books. They're pretty popular occult publishers. You can find that one. As for the original manuscripts are really rare. It's incredibly rare.
Well,
hard to find. The Sepher Raziel, I've been able to find uploads and scans of the 3rd and 4th century.
Like on the Internet Archive or something?
I've been able to find those. But the Sepher Raziel is probably going to be the most practical in there. If you're into astrological magic and into conjuring, you'll be able to find angel names in there and the times that you should be able to call on them. It's going with the Babylonian / kind of Jewish months and that kind of stuff. There are other sections where it gives the different firmaments and all the angels and princes that are associated with the different firmaments. So you can definitely pull angels and spirits out of this book to work with. Other than that, the talismans in the book are the Jewish amulets. They're mostly protective kind of stuff, and it's hard to make sense of them. And then there is a ton of the letter magic, Kabbalah, that kind of stuff, and that is going to take somebody who really, really knows what they're doing.
Right, because if you say it wrong, you might get struck down.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. I mean, I absolutely love this genre of Jewish mystical literature. Like,
I think it's frustrating. I like to be just given info that I can use. Like, not ones I have to decode 1,000 times. I mean, like, I get that the occult part of it. I get that it's occulted in some way, shape, or form. But it's like, for me, I'm going to not, pass on this. This is not my area of expertise in any way, shape, or form. But it's still highly interesting because of the fact that I don't know anything about it and don't care to.
Yeah.
But then when we do our stuff together, I somehow get information that goes with that. And it's like I come out of it going, that was nonsense. I'm saying nonsense. And you're like, have this look on your face and you're like, oh my God. And then you show me and it's like, well, how? And it's maddening.
It's weird because I feel like we've been pointed towards with the astrological stuff. We've been given a lot of tools for practical magic and the Arabic stuff, but then at the same time in our work together we've been pointed into the more mystical weird stuff, and it's been mostly this cataclysmic kind of
like all the things that I think are absolute nonsense that I'm just like, this is crazy talk. This is my imagination running away with me somehow, but it's not because it's in books that are written way
it's
before.
crazy. I don't understand. I don't like it when we pull stuff that has to do with this side of the occult. I really don't like it because we keep getting pushed into it, and so
see, that's what's frustrating. Yeah. What are we supposed to do with it? Why are we getting that? I don't know. It's like, but maybe that'll happen to whoever else reads it. I mean, I don't know. Then you can let us know. So we're at a loss.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just until we figure it out.
I think the next episode we're going to jump into, we wanted to get more into like some more occultism, grimoires, that kind of stuff, practical magic, like getting into that kind of stuff, personal experience.
Right.
So we're going to do the Ars Notoria next, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's one I'm reading
which is
now.
Pretty awesome one.
It's spells.
Yeah, that's like actual spells, and the Ars Notoria, it's like
80 pages.
Yeah. And that one's to help you like learn and get
it's
smarter.
To gain knowledge, specific knowledge in the areas, and it gives you just these prayers you say, and allegedly it's supposed to work. We're going to try it out.
Yeah,
we're going to report about it.
Yeah, we're going to report back on it, but that's the next episode. Thank you guys for joining us. Please join us for the Sunday service.
Yeah,
we love seeing you guys every Sunday.
Every week.
Yeah, it is growing every single week.
We have so many awesome people that join us every week, and it's a great community thus far. It's a great community. The Synchronicity Train is running. People are the magic is working. It is. Yeah. So, it's like every week, where we decide what we're going to talk about. Yeah. And then whenever we let people know, they are like, "Oh, we were just on that same thread this week, right?" Like it's very strange. So we hope you can join us for that. Yeah, so really join us over on our YouTube channel for that if you're coming from Spotify. And then if you're on YouTube, remember that we are on Spotify and wherever you listen to your podcasts. On top of that, we are scheduling on the YouTube channel. We will be scheduling more live rituals for subscribers only. Yeah. So if you are subscribed, you will be able to join us for live conjurations. Those are a lot less frequent. It takes a lot out of us. It does. But just make sure you're paying attention to the YouTube channel, which is where we mostly keep in contact with the community. Right. And then I just have there's a Facebook for the title Discovrse also. So, either however you find us, and we'd be happy to have you. So. Yeah. So, thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. You've been listening to Discovrse, where we venture into the mysteries of esotericism, the occult, and the depths of spiritual exploration. I am Abammon the Great, joined as always by Dr. Anna Stone, bringing adept insights to help guide your journey. Remember, the path of wisdom is illuminated by both knowledge and experience. Until next time, continue your exploration and stay attuned to the unseen.